Hi, welcome to the 2mm Defense with Fede, a series of short videos focused on helping you improve your communication with yourself and others. In today's video, I'd like to highlight the 2mm difference between pain and suffering, and that 2mm difference is meaning. You probably heard the phrase, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Doesn't sound too bad, right? But when we're the ones suffering, it feels anything but optional. So let's explore it a little bit more. It is true that pain is inevitable in life. Every one of us will experience not only physical pain, but also emotional pain many times throughout our lives. Loved ones pass away, we lose jobs and businesses, we get sick or break bones, and all of these hurts. Suffering, on the other hand, happens in the mind, and it can go on for as long as we feed it. It is the emotional response, the meaning, or the extra our mind adds to the loss of pain. But the good news is that it is at this point, at the time when your mind starts to fiddle with the pain and wants to hang on, when you have the choice about how you want to respond to it. If you react to your pain with resistance, if you ruminate about how bad it is, or you try to push it away, you will just prolong it and end up in suffering. Sadhguru said, pain that happens in your body, you take it in your mind and multiply it 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times, depending on how capable you are, and suffer it 1,000,000 times over. What happened 10 years ago, people can still suffer. And what may happen the day after tomorrow, they already suffer. They're not suffering life, they're suffering from a vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. So how can we control our memory and imagination to overcome suffering? Here are a few hacks. Number one, avoid spinning your story. Freedom from suffering is possible when you let go of your reactions. You remove meaning from the events that happen and stop holding on to those events that caused the pain in the first place. Or when you avoid overthinking what could happen in a situation before it actually happens. It takes practice, but it can be done. Number two, embrace change. Change is always happening. Accept it and practice being flexible, adapting, learning, and challenging yourself. Number three, smile. Even if you don't feel it inside, you have more power to change your mood than you realize. Smiling may be feeling forced at first, but watch what happens to your state when you practice it. Four, shake yourself out of your usual routine. When we're in a rut, we tend to obsess over our loss. At times like this, it helps to give your soul a jump start by doing something you wouldn't normally do. Maybe it's time to meet someone new or go for that trip you always dreamt of. Be creative. Remember that while there is self-generated suffering, there's also self-generated happiness. What would it take for you to let go of any suffering in your life today and enjoy more happiness? The one thing that comes to mind is what Peter Pan said. Think happy thoughts and you'll fly. I'm Fede Palacios. Thanks for joining me today on the 2mm Difference with Fede. And if you found this video helpful or inspiring, be a lift, share it now, and help inspire someone you know. Who knows, this may be the 2mm difference they need in their life today.